Alright everybody, welcome back to Daniel's birthday special. And this time around, it's time for Jeopardy! Junior Edition for the NES. Let's see how we do this game, shall we? Here we go. Hard difficulty because I need a challenge. We have Diane and Trisha. Alright. Start with Aesop's Fables 100. He went to visit the country mouse. Who is the lion? Oh, it's not? Oh. Oh. The town mouse. Alright. Aesop's Fables 200. This animal laid the golden egg. What is the goose? Aesop's Fables 300. This swift creature raced the tortoise and lost. Who is the hare? Aesop's Fables 400. The mice wanted to put this around the cat's neck. A bell. Aesop's Fables 500. The tiny mouse repaid a debt by saving this mighty beast. What is the lion? Now is the time for the lion. Alright. Let me have famous people for 100. Pocahontas saved the life of this colonial captain. Who's John Smith? Oops. Famous people for 200. Samuel Clemens used this as his pen name. Who's Mark Twain? Or what is Mark Twain? Famous people for 300. This frontiersman established a settlement in Kentucky and was made a friend, and was a friend of the Shawnee Indians. Who is Daniel Boone? Could I have famous people for 400? This black scholar improved farming in the South and found hundreds of ways to use peanuts. Who is George Washington Carver? Yep. We'll go with 500 famous people. This angel of the battlefield during the Civil War later founded the Red Cross. Who is Clara Barton? Correct. Football teams for 100, please. This is the only NFL team named after a water mammal. Who are the Miami Dolphins? Oops. There's a B in there. There's an A, not a B. Football team's 200. They used to be the Baltimore team, now they're in Indianapolis. Who are the Colts? Football teams for 300. The city is the hometown of the Oilers. What is Houston, Texas? Houston, Texas, yep. 400. They are the Tigers of Cincinnati. Who are the Bengals? Football teams for 500. Their helmets and jerseys have bolts of lightning on them. Oh, the San Diego Chargers. Alright. Yep. Wives for 200. She was Mike's wife on the Brady Bunch, who was Carol. Wives for 100. I'll make it a 2 daily double. It's the first clue. She was George Washington's wife, who was Martha. Wives for 300. In the Bible, she married Boaz and was the grandmother of David. Ruth. Ruth. Sci-fi movies 100. Michael J. Fox meets his parents as teenagers in this movie. What is Back to the Future? Sci-fi movies 200. Richard Dreyfuss has a close encounter of this kind. What is the third? Sci-fi movies 300. Jeff Bridges is a computer genius who is zapped into another dimension in this movie. What is Tron? Sci-fi movies 400. A group of senior citizens flies off to another galaxy with some friendly aliens. What is Cocoon? Sci-fi movies for 500, please. Maximilian is the evil robot in this Disney movie. What is the black hole? Correct. Let's go back to wives, please, and I'm going to take it for 400. This ruler is Prince Philip's wife. Queen Elizabeth. Correct. In mythology, she was Ulysses' ever-faithful wife. Who is, Penelope? That just leaves the, Saturday Night Live category, 100. Saturday Night Live stars Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi play these musical brothers. Who are the Blues Brothers? $200. Former Saturday Night Live Jane Curtin now stars in this TV situation comedy. What is, Kate and Allie? $300. SNL featured this funny space family with unusual heads. Who are the Coneheads? 400. This small-sized comic with a small name starred in Three Amigos. Who is Martin Short? That last clue. This former SNL and Laugh-In star is married to comedian Gene Wilder. Who is, Madeline Kahn? No. Who is, Gilda Radner? Good thing I changed my mind. 10,700 for me, 1,200 for Diane, minus 100 for Trisha. Well, alright. He said, Open Sesame. Who is Alibaba? Fairy Tales 200. What the Emperor's new clothes were made of. What is nothing? Fairy Tale 600. The rats followed his music out of the town of Hamlin. Who is the Pied Piper? She warned everyone she met, the sky is falling. Who is Chicken Little? Fairy Tales for 800. For 1,000, I mean. A plain-looking bird with a beautiful voice sings for the Emperor. This Hans Andersen fairy tale. What is the Ugly Duckling? Oh, it's not the Ugly Duckling, unfortunately. Oh well. Oh, the Nightingale. Alright. That's correct. Zoology for 200. Tallest animal in the zoo. What's a giraffe? Zoology for 400. These huge black and white bears are found in China. What are pandas? $600. Zoology for 600. The animal with the closest intelligence to man. What is the monkey? Zoology for 800. The small member of the kangaroo family. What is the wallaby? Zoology for 1,000. A large zoo cage for live birds. An aviary. Alright. On the farm, 200. I'm gonna make it a true daily double. The season when most crops are planted. What is fall? What? Spring? Well, I'll get it back. A vehicle used to pull equipment for plowing and seeding. What is a tractor? On the farm, 600. The name given to an area where fruit trees are grown. What is an orchard? On the farm, 800. Chemicals used to make soil richer and promote growth. What is fertilizer? On the farm for 1,000. A doctor called to care for sick animals. What is a veterinarian? Alright, let me have school days for 200. The writing stick used on blackboards. What is chalk? School days, 400. The record of a student's progress and work sent home to parents. What's a report card? School days for 600. Advancement to the next grade. What's a promotion? School days for 800, please. The room where science or computer work is done. What's a lab? School days, 1,000. Ceremonies at the end of 12th grade. What is graduation? Yeah. Who did what for 200? He sat on a wall and had a great fall. Who was Humpty Dumpty? Who did what 400? It jumped over the moon. What is the cow? Who did what 600? He called for his fiddlers 3. Who is Old King Cole? Who did what for 800, please? He had a wife and couldn't keep her. Oh. Who is Peter Pumpkin Eater? Who did what for 1,000? She made some tarts. Who's the Queen of Hearts? Word turnarounds, 200. Mary turns around to become morning moisture and grass. What are wed and dew? $400. A train track turns around to become a liar. What to become a fibber? What are rail and liar? $600. Halt turns around and become cooking vessels. What are stop and pots? $800. An onion-like vegetable turns around to become part of a ship. What are leek and keel? Last clip. Surprise turns around to become almonds or pistachios. What are stun and nuts? So I bounced back beautifully, back up to $14,400. Let's play Final Jeopardy. Shall we? Writers. I'll do 10,600. I'm still gonna win regardless, so let's do this. This American author invented the horror story. Who is Mary Shelley? Wrong. So I think I got it wrong. Oh, it's Edgar Allan Poe. Ah, it's not Mary Shelley. But I still win regardless with $3,800. I couldn't be caught either way. And I'll see you all for that next segment. We'll be right back, okay?